What's up guys? In this video I'll be going over how you can make $1,000 fast selling used books on Amazon FBA. So if you don't know me already, my name is Carter Maxwell. I'm a 17-year-old entrepreneur and I go by the nickname of the High School Hustler. And if you're trying to create an online business and make money while you sleep, then this is the channel for you, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button. But this is a great video for anyone looking to make some extra income, and just using this strategy, I mean, all you need is basically a cell phone and some money to purchase the books. Before we get into the money making part of this video, I thought I would go over what exactly Amazon FBA is and how you can use it to your advantage. So Amazon FBA stands for Fulfillment by Amazon. It's a program that Amazon has to where you can actually send your product to their warehouse, to where your product will be stored until it actually sells on Amazon.com. And get this, once it sells on Amazon.com, Amazon Fulfillment will then pick, pack, and ship your product to the customer to where you don't have to touch it at all. And that's the power of this program and the power of this platform, because you get to sell your product on Amazon. Obviously they're going to take a fee and a percentage of when you sell it, but they're also going to pick, pack, and ship it to the customer. So if you sold 100 products, they would do all the fulfillment for you. Imagine if you sold 10, 20, 100 products on eBay, you'd have to individually find each product, ship it to the customer, and it would just be a huge hassle. So that's probably the #1 thing when it comes to using the Amazon FBA platform. So let's get into the process that will get you to your first $1,000 on Amazon FBA the quickest. And before I get into that, there's a few details that you need to know before you even start purchasing books to sell on Amazon, and I would like to go over the sales rank. So a sales rank is basically Amazon's way of letting you know how well and how often an item is selling. So for each category and each product on Amazon, it has its own individual sales rank, and within that sales rank, the lower the sales rank it is, the more often it sells. And depending on the category and the sales rank, it's going to fluctuate depending on how many units it sells per month. So what I like to stay under is a million sales rank, and I usually like to stay under that sales rank because that's going to take anywhere from, I've seen anywhere from 1 month to 3 months to sell. And so under 100,000 sales rank is going to be like a super quick sale. I mean, it could possibly sell within a week or two depending on how competitive your pricing is, and obviously when the next person is going to purchase it. And I know some people go over and they find these books that are like a couple million rank, like 3 or 4 million rank. And yes, I've actually purchased those books, and you'll learn like along the way kind of what sales ranks you're going to stick to. But usually I like to stick under that million sales rank, and the lowest price I'll usually go around is probably around that $12 or $13 range, because mainly I'm getting these books for 50 cents to $2, and so I'm netting about $7 or $8 per unit. So I mean, $1 to $8, I'll take that any day. But you also see those books that are somewhat around that $25 to $100 range, and sometimes they're not the lowest ranks, obviously, because the higher price of the book, probably the less often that book is going to sell. So I've actually gone up to, I think, a 5 million rank before, 5 or 6 million, and the book was around $100, $150. And most people think it's a no-brainer, but there's a couple things actually go into that sales ranks. First off, a 4 or 5 million sales rank is going to take a long time to sell. It might take a year to sell, but think about it in the perspective as what you're investing in that product. Say you purchase that book for $1 and it has a 5 million sales rank, but the lowest price is $150 used. Let's say you list that at $99.99. So you list it for $100. Let's just say it takes a year to sell, okay? So you're paying like a storage cost of, if it's like a small paperback, I think it's like 2 to 3 cents per month. If it's a kind of a larger hardback, maybe it's 4 or 5 cents. So over a year span, you're paying anywhere from 50 cents to 60 cents to store that book at the Amazon warehouse. And let's just say you purchase it for $1. So your buy cost is under $2, and it might take a year to sell, but you're cashing out with a $100 payment, which is definitely worth it. But mainly I like to look for the quick flips, those flips that are going to be under that 1 million sales rank, that I'm paying $1 for, making anywhere from $8 to $15 in profit. But that's just kind of a quick demo of what sales ranks to look for when selling used books on Amazon. So the good thing about this business model is it's actually really simple to start. I mean, all you basically need is a cell phone. You need to download the Amazon Seller app, while creating an Amazon Seller account, which you can set up for free. And there's also a pro version, which is going to be $40 per month, which is what I recommend, because you're not going to be paying a per unit fee. Because if you do the free one, you're going to be paying a 99-cent fee for each product that you sell. So I mean, if you sell over 40 products per month, you might as well move over to the pro version. So after you have your Amazon Seller account, you get the Amazon Seller app, which you can, within the app, you can actually scan, and each time you scan a book, it's going to pull up a small database of the title, the different prices for merchant fulfilling and FBA filling. Remember, we're selling on FBA, so make sure you're looking at the used FBA prices, as well as the sales rank of the product. And after you have your cell phone, your Amazon seller account, the Amazon seller app, the last thing you need is just a little bit of extra cash to purchase some of these used books. So now that you understand sales ranks when selling books on Amazon, as well as you now have the necessary materials to complete this process, it's all about finding the best places to source books and find the most profitable items to then resell back on Amazon FBA. So the first place to look is around your house. You'd be surprised just the amount of old textbooks, old books that you no longer use, no longer read, they're actually worth a lot of money. So just go through, scan all of them, and sometimes some older books, they don't have like the barcode that you can just scan using the app. So you have to scroll through either the first couple of pages and find the ISBN and then manually type it in. So once you've finished searching around your house, probably the second best place is going to be garage sales. Now unfortunately, garage sales are only going to be during mainly a certain type of the year, and it also depends kind of where you live within the United States. If it's winter or not, obviously there's probably not going to be too many garage sales. But garage sales usually happen on that Friday morning and Saturday morning as well. And you always want to be the early bird. You want to be the first one to the sale and find those products, because you never know if another reseller is going to be there first. And the thing with garage sales is you can always bargain the prices. And if you find multiple books that are profitable, you can often bargain the person down and just bundle them together and get a better price per unit. And also another good thing about garage sales is people are trying to get rid of their stuff. And especially if they're getting rid of books, I mean, you can get them extremely cheap. I get them anywhere from like 25 cents to $1. And if I bundle them, I can get them even cheaper. So after garage sales, because I mean, they only happen like 2 times a week, that Friday morning and Saturday morning, thrift stores are going to be the next place to source. And thrift stores are open 7 days a week, and they're just about everywhere depending on your location. And I usually go to Goodwill's, Savers, and there's kind of some of those small mom and pop thrift stores that are somewhat hard to find and other resellers probably don't know too much about. For instance, I have a local one to me in my city as well, and they have like 1,000 books there, and they're always restocking good books, and I never see any other scanners there, so that I usually just kill it when I go there. But other than that, thrift stores are a great place to go, and they're often going to have these huge book sections that you can go through and just scan all those books. And they're going to be a little bit more expensive because these thrift stores are a little more aware of resellers, because just the reselling in general on Amazon is starting to become a lot more popular. And so these thrift stores are kind of learning the process and moving their prices up a little bit. But I mean, you can still get books for anywhere from $2 to $3 and sell them all day anywhere from $15 to $50 plus. In the last and final place, and is the best place in my personal opinion, are book sales, which you can find on booksalefinder.com and just locally around asking your libraries. And the good thing about book sales is they're not going to be picked over. So you go to a thrift store, there's no telling if a reseller came early that morning, maybe last week. With book sales, the stuff isn't picked over yet. Also, the volunteers running that book sale don't really care if there's any resellers. And within the book sale, they actually like categorize all the different genres and categories of each book, which makes it extremely easy for you, the reseller, to go to those really valuable categories and scan those books first. For instance, like the technology, the business, and the children's book as well. I mean, lots of people skip out on those. The picture books, I mean, all day long, $15 to $50 books are what I find, and resellers often overlook those. And the good thing about the children's books is they're always the cheapest. They're like 50 cents to $1. I mean, usually if they're paperbacks, they're 50 cents, hardbacks $1. It just depends on how well the sale is. And on booksalefinder.com, sometimes they'll have the prices on there and have like a brief description. Sometimes on the last day, they might have like a special sale where it's like everything's 50% off. Maybe it's like a fill a bag, which means they're going to obviously give you a bag and you can put as many books in there as you can, and they're just going to charge you a set price. So that's always something that you want to look for. And those 3 or 4 places are the best when it comes to sourcing, and that's where you're going to get the amount of books for really cheap. So that's why I recommend sourcing when trying to find used books to sell on Amazon FBA. But when you become more familiar with the book sales rank and have obviously located a couple of different places to source more often, it's all about just constantly finding new books to resell, keep creating shipments that you're sending up to Amazon, and just keep ramping up your business, because that's the only way that you're going to reach that amount that you desire. You're going to start outsourcing, you can start bringing people onto your team. I've done that as well. I've brought friends my age to help me go scan, and once I've taught them, they can go to other locations and scan for me. So it's all about just diversifying and just basically ramping up and scaling your business to whatever amount that you desire. And I know the tactic of this video is to get that first $1,000, and that's extremely easy, guys. I believe that if you follow these strategies, you can easily do that within your first month. So that's it for this video on how to make $1,000 fast selling used books on Amazon FBA. If you enjoyed this video, please feel free to comment below with any questions and or video ideas you would like to see in the future. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe, as I'm always giving away different tips and tricks on how to make money online. And on that note, I will see you guys next video.